Hello everybody, my name is Michael Hobart Edwards, author of the book Speaking to the Dead with Radios, available at Amazon.com. On November 7th, 2013, I engaged a water instrumental transcommunication session and a ghost box session with the Virgin Mary. One of the first messages I recorded with the Virgin Mary was, "Tell you she brought the people to see you. Tell you she brought the people to see you."
Good morning. Is the Blessed Virgin Mary here today?
Hoping I would get an image of the Virgin Mary in water, I discovered she indeed brought the people to see me. Men and women spirits, children and animal spirits, and even an angelic being, a woman with blonde hair and a white robe, who appeared quite often throughout the session. While there is a woman spirit on slide 27 that is wearing a veil, I am not sure if this is the Virgin Mary, as I truly don't know exactly what she looks like, other than how artists have portrayed her. The following are the images I captured during this session. The following is an image of a blonde-haired, angelic-looking woman in a white dress, and she's looking down at a fish swimming in the water. In this image, there are two women spirits in the lower portion of the rim. In the upper portion is a man wearing a white shirt, and he has a little boy on his back. You can see the little boy's head just above the man's back where his neck is. In this image, there's a man spirit. He's got his black shirt open, exposing his chest, and he's kind of balding on top, and he's got a smile on his face. This image has a man in a white shirt standing at some sort of a railing or something inside my dish, looking down into the water. In this image, there's hundreds, literally hundreds of spirits gathered in the center. Truly, the Blessed Virgin Mary did bring the people to see me, for sure. In this image, there's a little child spirit on the right rim about 3 o'clock. In this image, there are children in the lower portion of the rim of the pan. You can see them gathered around with each other, right around between 3 o'clock down to 4 o'clock portions of the rim. In this image, there are a couple people, spirits on the left-hand side of the rim. They're looking down into the water as I'm stirring it. One of them has a hat on. Actually, two of them have a hat on. In this image, on the right-hand side, there's a man. He's got a beard. He looks like he might be wearing glasses, and he's got some sort of a hat or helmet on. In this image, there's looks like a male spirit in the left rim with a hat on. You can see his shirt. He's got a brown collar on his shirt. Now in this image, there's a young girl with brown hair. She's in the lower right rim, just below 3 o'clock. And there's a adult male with a white shirt standing just above her, alongside her in the dish. Now in this image, there's a young girl, brunette. She's in the right rim. She looks like she's wearing a really pretty scarf around her neck. In this image, there's a woman spirit in the right rim, right around 4 o'clock, and she's got long brown hair. In this image, right around close to 2 o'clock, there's a face of an older woman with her hair sticking up straight up in the air. In this image, there is a cow on the left-hand side, and over to the right there are people standing around. They look like they're talking to each other. Amazing. Now in this image you can see the angelic woman with blonde hair and white dress. You can actually see her face, and she's looking down at the brunette girl right about 4 o'clock sitting up against the rim. In this image there are spirit persons in the right rim. In this image right around 3 o'clock there's a boy, young boy spirit, and you can see his eyes and he's got his mouth open. It's a pretty cool picture. Now in this image there's a young angelic looking woman spirit on the right hand side of the rim right around 2 o'clock. She's wearing a white dress, and in the other portion of the dish, in the center portion, it looks like there's a little baby there. Now in this image there's a little boy right around 3 o'clock. His left hand proper is reached out, his thumb is sticking up in the air. Now in this image there's a man in the rim, and he's reaching out into the dish, or the fry pan that I used, and he's wearing a gold watch in his left hand proper. In this image there's a male child spirit in the left rim. He almost looks like he's wearing pajamas. In this image it looks like a little baby spirit sleeping on her chest or her side. Now in this image there's a woman with a veil in the right rim right around 2 o'clock. She's got her hands in the prayer position. This could be the Blessed Virgin Mary. I don't know what she looks like because many artists have portrayed her in many different ways, but it could be her. There are other spirits in groups around her. In this image you can see a man with a white shirt in the left rim. In this image you can see the face of a woman in the left portion of the dish or the pan. You can see her brown hair, her eyes, her nose, and her mouth and her chin. In this image you can actually see spirit people in the left rim. The first person actually looks like a woman with short hair, and there's another person just above her. In this image there's literally hundreds of spirits gathered around in the center portion. When the Virgin Mary said she brought the people to see me, she was right. There are hundreds of spirits. And there's some or teenager spirits on the right hand side right around 3 o'clock. This image, it looks like either a young boy or a young girl in the left rim. In this image, just above my spoon, there's a little boy, and he's playing. Looks like he's playing. He has his head turned back towards the rim, the left rim. There's other children there looking at him. They're really cute. In this image, there appears to be spirit people on the left rim, and also in the center portion, there appears to be a man on his hands and knees looking for something on the ground. In this image there are a group of literally a lot of spirit people wearing white. Some of them are wearing black, but most of them are wearing white. There's one in the lower right hand section wearing a cowboy hat. This is the last image here. On the left hand side there's a couple of faces staring out, and on the right hand side there appears to be like a white sort of animal. You can see its nose and its eyes. Not really sure what kind of an animal it is though. This concludes my paranormal images captured during a water instrumental transcommunication session with the Virgin Mary. I hope you enjoyed the images, and I hope each of you try water ITC yourselves. To watch a step-by-step process how I engage a water ITC session, click on this link and go to my YouTube educational video. Water Instrumental Transcommunication, Water ITC, is a process developed by Margaret Downey at itcdeadpeople.com.